So the hardest part about pulling apart this original JL boombox here is pulling off those damn rings. What an actual pain in the ass. And getting them off without breaking any of these tabs around here. What I did, you can see my little bit of scratch right there. It's in like this, and then it'll twist to the right. I went in right here and kind of peeled up the seal just a little bit with a sharp flathead. I got it at an angle to where I could see where that tab was, and once you get under it at the right spot, this will start to pop loose and just turn sideways. Pretty easy to break though, I imagine, because I couldn't turn it just with my hands. There were videos online saying put pressure on it and twist it, and it just was not happening. When you put a little bit of pressure right here and start peeling it up, you can see in where you want to start prying. Sweet. I'll tear this the rest of the way down, see why it's not turning on. It's literally not functioning, which makes me think, like, this should still turn on with a dead battery when you plug in. So I'm thinking we got a popped wire, or these have a clip about that long that plugs the battery in. I've seen documentation online of people dropping these and it just coming unplugged. So if it is unplugged, they didn't put hot glue on it from the factory. So I'll just hot glue the plug back in so it doesn't come out again. But we'll see. I haven't got that far in yet. I got my movie paused up here so I don't have to deal with copyright bullshit. I got the new Joker movie, so I'm watching the first one and then I'll watch the second one because I like a refresher. I like doing stuff in order like that. I even do video games that way. So I'll finish tearing this apart. Once I get these screws out of the ends, I should be able to spread this open and pop it up off of here, and then these pieces right here, trying to lean it up, this pops loose and I already got the screws out of it, so it's got some kind of velcro underneath here. We'll get that shroud off, and then I should be able to see inside if it's that plug that I think it is. Yeah. Alright, I pulled the charger off of my monitor here. It's a universal charger. I'm waiting on the actual charger for that monitor. Time being, I'm using my work charger, so I just had to unplug it, take the end off of it, and put the end on that fits this speaker. I just checked the documentation on it. It does not have a bypass, so the power from the plug doesn't go straight to the board. The power goes to the battery. Then the battery has a line that comes out and goes to it. So technically, this thing will not fire up on a completely dead battery. I'm going to have to leave it plugged in for 15-20 minutes just to see if the battery's still in good enough shape after staying dead for a while to take a charge and let me turn it on. I should have listened to my intuition, but we could possibly still need to change out the battery. So it is what it is. But I didn't test his charger because there's a possibility. I didn't explain the hole it needs to charge for a while. I explained you should be able to plug the cord in and just turn it on. So I'm guessing he plugged the new charger in that came from Amazon. It didn't turn on. He unplugged it, said it don't work, which is correct. But he could have also got a dud. If I look right here, just put my positive in the end here. Let me get the negative on here. Boom. See how that says 1 volt? If I disconnect it and reconnect it, it'll fluctuate, but it's going down to 1 volt. Now that would make sense if this was a smart charger. There's only 2 fucking connections here, positive and negative, and that's not how that works. That is not, that's not what you would expect out of that when you test it. So if I take this charger here, I'll just show you what it should look like. If I take this, put it in the end of that plug, and then touch this on the ground. 19 volts, and it just stays there. So it could be he has a dead charger. Well, we know there's something wrong with that charger. And then he got a dud and needed to send it back. But I wouldn't know that without testing it, and he didn't bring me the new charger. He just brought me his old one. The old one's faulty. So I'm gonna leave this plugged in here. Hang on 1 second. Boom. I'm gonna leave that plugged in for like 15 minutes. Make sure it has a good chance at trying to get some juice. And then I'll see if it'll power on. If it'll power on, we can just go back together. It was a bad charger. If it doesn't power on, it's probably the battery. And I'll have to get with him and see what he wants to do. But yeah, I had to throw my movie up over here and steal my plug for a minute. We'll see. Maybe. I'm hopeful for them. Yeah. Well, this has gotten really fun. I had to even take the motherboard loose in here completely just to get to this screw right here hiding. I've already took out screw here, screw here, screw here, screw here. That should be enough to hold just the battery in the bottom. But no, it's got one more here at the back. So I turn this around. There's one more hidden way the hell back up in here. And you can't even get a stubby screwdriver in here even if I pull the motherboard completely out. I've been doing it with this. Grabbing it with pliers, keeping it pushed down and getting a twist on it. This ain't going to work back there. I'm going to have to get an even shorter bit out of my kit and attach it. And I'll probably put a wrench or something on it. That way I can just get in there and incrementally do like little short turns. This is ridiculous. The fact that they made this way. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unhook the battery, and I read it's parallel wired, but I won't know until I actually get in here. But if it is wired in parallel and not in series, then I should be able to plug the charger in once the battery's unplugged, and it should turn on. Yeah, if there's a short in the battery and it's bad, it won't get the power into here to power it up. And from what I read, the way it's wired, I should be able to. So that's what I'm doing. I need to take 2 more fucking screws out, and it's just a little nightmare box. I'm making these clips short so that this doesn't become like a 10-hour video. Thought this was going to be my big brain idea, and you know, it was almost good enough, but it's still too long. I don't want the bit will fall off, but if I get this down in there, can I hit my light again? There we go. It's too long. I can't get at an angle in there to get on the head of that. So I was like, damn, it's beating me everywhere I turn. But then I thought, this is still the right track because this fits on here quite well. I just need to turn it. Well, I've got 1/4 inch wrench. So that'll fit right into it, and so I'm going to have to take one finger, push down on it like, basically like this, push it down onto screw like that, and while I got it on the screw, I'll just reach in with the wrench and twist it. Good times. I forgot I could slap my phone down and record like that, so getting a finger on it right here. I guess I could push this wire out of the way for fun, or we could see here. Finger there, and get a wrench on it, and So all of that to get the last 2 screws out. But I'll be damned, it wasn't about to kick my ass damn near midnight and fucking start stumping me here. I just can't get a very big turn on it at a time. It's just a little That might be where I can turn it with my finger now. Just enough. Okay, so that's a pain in the ass, but it's out now. You go into that tray. Holy crap. So now I'm gonna take this whole board. I unplugged my ribbon cables and everything just so that I could shift it over where it went. Now I need to unhook this one. Damn it. Pop my light up here. There it is. Okay. Unhook that ribbon cable. I don't want to take the rest of them out of the bottom, so I think that's going to be far enough. Yeah. We'll be able to get in here. So on this side, we'll be kind of going right there. So that's the fun that this turned into. I had to unplug basically every damn thing. I don't even want these clips to end up being 2-minute clips because it's gonna make this video long as shit, but like I want to show how much of a pain in the ass this is. I didn't have other tools, and even if I had a stubby screwdriver, it would not fit here. Like, you'd have to have really damn stubby screwdriver. Okay, so at this point, the bottom should come off. Yep. Like it comes right loose. I've got a twist tie here attaching, so I gotta cut some stuff loose and pull this out of here, but yeah, I'm about to pop that bottom off. It's loose down here. I'll set this back down for a sec. It's loose. I just need to get the cables cut loose inside of here. Yeah, I'll be back. Last clip here. I went ahead and made sure I tested it with the battery completely out. I've read conflicting information, and I'm pretty sure my client wants to just buy the damn battery, and if that doesn't make it come on, they'd probably just return the battery to Amazon and call it a day. If the battery doesn't fix it, it would be the actual board at this point, and it's a 20 volt charger, and then it's charging, where's my marking? It's a 7.4 volt battery, so it has to be converting it down here. Allegedly, it charges the battery, and then the battery has separate wires that come out of it and go to the board to power it. So I don't know why the power, like this is the main power that comes in the board here, and it plugs in under here. So I don't know why the power would come into the board, get converted down, and then charge the battery. Then it come out to then go to a different spot to power the speakers and everything. But it would have to if this is only 7.4 volts. So, yeah. I'm not going to pretend I know how the circuitry works in this thing. But it's not bypass when you plug in the 20 volt. It doesn't power this thing because this is actually getting powered by 7.4 volts. So, yeah, it's probably just the battery. We'll order that and get it in. I've cleared me off a little spot here. I want to give this thing plenty of room to be out of the way here till the new battery comes in. I'll look up the battery, send that to my client. I got the rest of their parts up here, and actually more parts here and more parts here. Look at all these screws. There's part of the screws. There's the rest of the screws. And that I put in here to keep separate because it goes with this laptop. So I'll put it back in the laptop for now. How about that? Jolly comb? A jelly comb? Never seen one of these, but it came in that laptop. Anyway, I'm wrapping that up onto the next thing. It's been trouble shat. I knew that was going to be a can of worms, so there it is. It's, dear God, it's 12:42 at night, and that's why I'm the man for the job, I guess. Tedious bullshit.